Can someone please explain to me what is happening? No, actually, what is happening to me? This can't be real. How do I hide this? Like, what am I supposed to do with this? And it's happening on both sides. Someone please help me. We have so much to catch up on. Yes, you've now seen that I no longer have my edges, but I've also not only just lost my edges, I've lost a lot of other things. And this is not the conversation I thought that I would be coming to YouTube to have with you today, but we're 4 months postpartum. We're really starting to get into the thick of it, and I need to get a lot off my chest. Before I had a baby, the descriptions and the experiences I was seeing from other women when it came to postpartum was much different than what I am currently experiencing right now. So I feel like this video is for the postpartum mom who may just feel alone in whatever she is in right now. And I hope that this video speaks to you, because right now I am in a space where I do feel alone in some ways, but I'm starting to figure out how to not feel so lonely in the situation that I currently am in. Guys, I did not think that this postpartum experience would have me losing my literal edges. They are gone. They have vanished. They do not exist on either side. And honestly, this is making me very, very uncomfortable. With Zaire, I did not lose any hair at all. Now, I will say my postpartum experience with Zaire is very different than the postpartum experience I'm currently in. And with Zaire, I was really good about like taking all of my postpartum supplements. I encapsulated my placenta. I was taking my postnatal every day. I was taking my hair vitamins. I was just doing a lot more. And this postpartum experience, I feel like I'm taking care of a whole bunch of other things and not so much myself. And that's shame on me for like not being good about it. Like, I should have taken my postnatals. I should have taken my hair vitamins. I should have taken a lot of things. I should have taken more care of myself, but I haven't been. And it's showing, because how do I hide this? How do I literally hide this? I don't know. I don't know how to hide this. This is not the video I ever wanted to make. No one wants to talk about losing their hair postpartum. Like, there's nothing that makes you feel good about this situation. Like, losing your hair can really hurt you in a lot of ways. And it's a confidence thing, right? It feels like another thing that your kid is taking from you, right? They took your body that you had before you had a baby. Sometimes they take your mental health. Who knows? But this just feels like another thing to add to the list that I really just don't need to feel right now. It is my reality. Let's talk about how we're moving forward now. First, though, I think we need to understand why do we lose our hair in postpartum? So I'm gonna ask the Google, because why is this happening to me? This is what they say. During pregnancy, estrogen levels are high, okay? The surge keeps hair in the growth phase, okay? It keeps it longer. So your hair gets thicker and fuller while you're pregnant because it's not falling out like it normally does, okay? Love that for me. My hair was thickums, okay? It looked so good. What happened, okay? What happened between before I gave birth and now? Okay, after birth, okay? Estrogen levels plummet. Yeah, I feel it. To pre-pregnancy levels, sometimes even lower. Oh, this explains a lot. This triggers a large number of hairs to enter the shedding phase all at once. Okay, but why right here, bro? Because like, why? Why does it have to be in the front? Like, could it just be somewhere in the back? This is called telogen effluvium. I probably said that wrong. A fancy name for temporary hair shedding after stress, in this case, childbirth. When does it start? Usually around 2 to 4 months postpartum. Hello, I am 4 months postpartum, like in a couple days. This probably started happening like 2 weeks ago, where I was just like, wait, is my hairline receding? Okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it is. And I was like, what do I do about this? Shedding can last to 4 to 6 months, but for some people, it lasts up to a year. A year of me losing my hair, y'all. I can't. It's normal, but still hard. Yeah, you're telling me it's not true hair loss, but rather a delayed shedding of your hair you kept during your pregnancy. So basically, you plumped me up and now you're slimming me down. You're just taking things from me. Most hair regrows fully with time. Through texture or thickness might feel different at first. Let's talk about how we fix this. That's the next step. And then we need to do my hair, because we got to figure out how we're going to hide this. You can't completely prevent it, whatever. I think I prevented it with Zaire because I did these things. A well-balanced diet. If you guys know, I'm having a little hard time eating, and that's a conversation for another time, but I have not been eating very well in this postpartum experience, which is why I'm losing weight. And it's not a good thing. It's not a good I'm losing weight in a healthy way. I feel weird about food right now and I don't know why. Postnatal vitamins, okay? I didn't take mine this time around. I took them for like the first 3 weeks. After that, my life became chaotic and I stopped taking them. I am now taking them again. So that's good. Gentle hair care, all right? Avoid tight hairstyles, which is why my curly hair is now out. You know, I had some braid downs and some wigs and things like that because I was not wanting to deal with my hair, but we had to get back to our roots because what's going on. And then scalp massages, which is what we're about to get into right now because we need to do this curly hair and figure out a hairstyle. I think that if I do a middle part, we won't really know she's here. But yeah, so I guess that's technically what's happening to me. However, it feels like not only am I losing my hair, but I'm losing other things in life right now that at first felt like a loss, but I realized, nah, God is working hard with me right now, you guys. He is working. I'm trusting in his plan because whatever this is right now that's happening in this postpartum phase of life in this moment feels like a huge shift, but it feels right. I thought I would just be telling you guys about me losing my hair, but let's talk about loss in general. Let's talk about how loss shows up in your life, what it makes you feel like, all the things, because baby, we are in a loss transition growth moment and we are on the precipice of something big. I can feel it in my heart that I know something is coming and God is working and I am trusting in that. But you already know your girls picked up some scalp serums. We have Able and Main. I'm obsessed with this brand. This is their hair oil. Okay, we're using this on our scalp now. And then I also got the Ordinary Hair Care multi-peptide serum for hair density. We are also using this on our scalp now too as well. They said scalp massages are good, so baby, we about to get into it. So anyways, like I was saying, hair loss. I know we want to stay on that and we could talk about that all day, how that makes me feel, right? It can definitely be a little hit to the ego and it can make me feel like I'm losing control of what's on my head and the way I look and the way I'm perceived and all these things. But it's super, in a way, it's like superficial, right? Like my hair is going to grow back. Even if it doesn't, it's okay. Like it's just hair at the end of the day. But not only in this postpartum experience am I losing hair, I'm also in a season of life where I may be losing some relationships along the way. People have warned me about this, mothers specifically, that when you go into postpartum and you go into this phase of basically sacrificing yourself, right? And being selfless to raise your children and put your body through pregnancy and give birth. Not every relationship can basically survive that. And especially relationships, I feel like, that don't understand where exactly you are in life. And that is okay. And I feel like the more you get deeper into motherhood, the more self-aware you become of what is important to you. I feel like when you become a mom, your time becomes super limited. That special quality time that you can give to people just isn't what it used to be. And so obviously your family is going to be at the top of that list. You're going to want to spend the most time with your family because your time is limited. And then everyone else after that is going to be intentional time spent. So you really don't want to spend your time with acquaintances as much or relationships that don't serve you as much because, again, the time is limited. So there's that, right? There's that alone that is going to shift and make relationships that worked before not work so much anymore. I'm also going to be using this Aveda Invati Ultra Advanced Revitalizing Scalp Serum. This is for thinning hair. So I'm also going to be applying this into my scalp. Said help. I think the other part of this is that when you become a mother, you are going to somewhat change. The person that you were before is still there, but at the same time, you're growing, you're evolving, you're changing, your needs and things are changing. And not everyone can be on that path with you. You can't take everyone with you through this change in your life. It's just, you're gonna come out on the other side as it's like a rebirth, right? And it's a rebirth, I think, every time you have another kid. It's like you're getting deeper and deeper and more in touch with who you are. And that can make people around you uncomfortable, especially if they see you in this one role in their life and you can no longer serve that role because things have changed in your life and they want you to stay in that role. And the moment that role shifts, they no longer feel connected to you. And that is okay, but it is bound to happen when you become a mother. And I think the saddest part about this is that sometimes the people that you're losing are the people that you thought you would do life with, right? You thought like we were going to do everything together. We were so close at one point. I thought that they were going to be there for my kids. I thought they were going to be there for these big moments in life. I thought that we were going to build this life together, right? And like that doesn't happen. You're kind of feeling this sense of grief because you know that's not going to happen because you've just kind of grown out of that phase that you guys used to experience together, right? Like it's just that version of your friendship has expired. Like it's just what used to work for you guys in that relationship just no longer works anymore. And if two people aren't willing to do the work to maintain this relationship through this big transition, to this big growth event in your life, then it will fall apart. It's no one's fault. There is a period in postpartum where I think a lot of us moms grieve these relationships that we thought were so much closer, that we thought were so much stronger, and they didn't make it. We go through this, postpartum experience for sometimes 2 to 3 years. It's like our circles become very, very small. We shed all these things, and then we're back to rebuilding these things, right? And so I'm in the place of, I'm not only just shedding when it comes to my hair, but I'm shedding relationships that just no longer serve a purpose in where I am today. And that part is hard. Okay, next products that I'm using in my hair is going to be the Wow Dream Coat for curly hair. This is like a leave-in conditioner, moisturizing spray. And then I'm also gonna be using the all-in-one Moroccan oil leave-in conditioner as well. I think the crazy part about postpartum is that like no one warns you that your body can feel broken, right? It feels like it's went through war and back. And your heart can feel the exact same way, literally broken. Let me tell you, grieving relationships while experiencing hormonal shifts at the same time can feel extremely isolating. It can make you feel like you want to give up. It can make you feel like you're not good enough. It can make you feel extremely lonely. It can make you feel unmotivated. It can break you if you let it. Truly, like this can break you. Some people are never the same after they have a baby. But that is not going to be my story, because I think the first thing that you have to do in order to get better is to be real and raw with yourself, be honest with yourself, and don't let anyone paint your narrative or tell your story for you. There will always be people preying on your downfall, preying on it, okay? They want to see you and keep you at your lowest. And you need to be careful that you don't allow these people to get into your head. When I tell you that misery loves company, they do. And if they find out that you're in a miserable place and they are not happy with where they are, they will want to keep you there. I also think that a part of this feeling of isolation and being alone comes from just like not being able to get out of the house and do normal things. When you have a baby or you have 2 under 2 like me, you spend a lot of time at home, and it can feel like the world around you is passing you by left and right, and that you're just like, okay, I'm still here. I'm just doing whatever. And that also can add to this level of isolation and aloneness that you feel. And that can be hard, right? But instead of just like sitting in this feeling of already feeling isolated, I decided, no, I'm not going to be alone in this. I know I'm not alone in this. I know that I have a community. I know that I have people that love me. I know that I have good relationships. Let me lean into those relationships. Let me continue to foster those relationships. Let me give my energy to those relationships, right? Family. It really comes down to family. At the end of the day, your family is going to be there for you through thick and thin, okay? They know you to your core. The people that are closest to you know who you are. And if anyone is questioning that, or if anyone doesn't make it through this stage with you, it's okay, let them go. But remember your foundation and stay true to your foundation and stay true to leaning into those relationships, because they will continue to ground you. And when the world is questioning you or people are questioning you, you can be grounded in the fact that you know who you are and your people closest to you know who you are, and that you don't need a whole freaking football lineup of people to remind you of who you are. You do not need that affirmation. You need yourself. No. Let me rephrase that. You need God. You need yourself. Everyone else comes in line after that. Put God first and you will be fine. You will be fine through this time. You will be fine. Trust that God has a bigger plan. If things are leaving you, if things are shedding, they are just creating space for what is to come your way. So grieve it. I think that grieving these relationships, grieving my hair loss, grieving the things that I'm losing, the body that I had before kids, whatever, the freedom that I had before kids, is so okay. You should grieve that, right? Grieving is a process, and take your time with that and give yourself grace with that. You're okay to feel sad. You're okay to feel alone in moments. You're okay to feel like, oh, what am I going to do about this? You're okay to feel all those feelings, but do not let those feelings define you. Let your feelings out and make a plan forward. Okay, next I'm going to be going in with Barigio's Curly Charisma Rice Amino and Avocado Leave-In Defining Cream. This is the defining curl cream that I'm going to be using on my curls today. It's super light. I don't want to weigh down my curls because my curls aren't that heavy. They're pretty light and bouncy. So if I use anything that's too thick, I always feel like my curls kind of sit flat. So I love this one. I guess what I'm learning through all of this loss is that I'm starting to see what really matters to me most. What's really important to me, what's important for my family, what's important for my kids, what's important to me in life in general. Like, it's really starting to become clear as day. My life on the inside may look like a mess, but it's because I'm rebuilding something that's stronger than I've ever had before. I have felt so much pressure with everything that's been put on my plate, from raising my kids to being a good wife, to being a daughter, to my mom and being her caretaker, to moving my parents here to Dallas and relocating them, to maintaining friendships and relationships and all the things. I have felt a lot of weight on my shoulders, but God will only give you what you can handle. And God has told me that I had the capacity for this, and He is telling me to lean in, and He's telling me to meet Him here. And by doing that, I am really leaning in to my family. If you guys didn't know this, my family is from California. I was born and raised in California. And when we moved to Dallas, I had zero family here. And I loved Dallas and I wanted to raise my kids here. And I loved the foundation that I was building here for work and all these things. But I always felt like a piece was missing because I didn't have my family here. And I had no idea how I was going to feel full without them being here. I was hoping that I could provide a place for my kids that was going to be enough, but I wasn't sure if I was ever going to be able to really create the foundation that I had when I was growing up, with having my grandparents close and just like, you know, cousins and things like that. I just didn't know if I was going to be able to do that. And I worried about it, and I prayed on it, and I prayed on it, and I prayed on it. And look what's happening. My parents are relocating here. Yes, they're relocating here because of a family situation where they need to be closer to me. But at the end of the day, my kids are now going to grow up with their grandparents being close by. And I'm so excited for them to have that. And I'm so excited to have this like earned, blessed, gifted time back with my parents. It's crazy. When you move away from your parents and you really think about it, you may only see your parents a handful of times in your life, because if you only see your parents, 1 to 2 times a year, you only can really start to count up the next couple times you're going to see them, and life just starts passing by, and then that's it. And so I've always felt like that was going to happen to me. And that's always made me so sad to be having this weird situation happening that's bringing all of my family closer, and me being able to like facilitate that and make that happen. And I can feel my family being repaired, and I can feel myself being repaired through it, is one of the most amazing and beautiful experiences I could have ever asked for or prayed for. And to be witnessing it and to be in the thick of it can feel like a lot. But when I really look at it, this is the biggest blessing on my life that I could have ever asked for. And I am thanking God for this blessing that my parents are going to be close to me now. Okay, next I'm going to be going in with the Vita Be Curly Advanced Coil Defining Gel. I can't talk today. I'm only going to use a little bit of this though, because if I use too much, it's going to get crunchy. So I just like to use just a little bit for like the ends, just to make sure that my ends stay really nice and coiled and ringlet-like. Like I was saying, my life may feel a little messy right now, but that's something beautiful that is being built in the middle of this mess that I'm just so excited for. On top of that, I think my life feels like a lot, but at the same time, when you're losing relationships And people are starting to look at you as someone that is in this hurt and this grief, and that they can't see who you are right now because they think that everything that's happening around you is defining you. There's this fire that just lights underneath your butt that you're just like, I'm not gonna lose this. I'm not going to lose myself. I'm not going to lose everything that I stand for. I'm not going to lose who I am. I haven't lost who I am. And if you don't like me, and I make you uncomfortable at my lowest point, you won't want to see me at 100%. Okay. And that's okay. But there's this place where I'm at right now that I am just so excited to meet her, the woman that I'm becoming right now, because the work that I'm doing on myself and the work that I'm doing with the people that are here for me right now and the work that I'm doing with my family and the relationship that I have with God right now, it's different than it's ever been. And it makes me so excited for what is to come. I am loving on myself more than I ever have. I am giving myself grace more than I ever have. And crazy, because little old me used to be a control freak. I used to want to control everything. I used to want a solution and fix everything. I used to want to be the problem solver. I used to want to make everything better for everyone. I wanted to make everyone feel included. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. And those pieces are still there. But there's a sense of me and this era that I am where I'm realizing I can't control how people perceive me. I can't control how people decide to show up for me. I can't control how people behave in relationships. I can't control people's reactions to things. I can't control anything. I can only control so much. And so instead of me feeling like I have to fix things, I have this attitude now where I'm just like, let them. And I don't know if you've heard of the let them theory, but essentially when something is happening that's out of your control, instead of trying to fix it and instead of trying to get in there and try to make it better again, you kind of just let them. Let them think this. Let them go about that. Let them make their little remarks. Let them come up with theories. Let them think whatever they want. And once you start letting them do these things, you feel free. You feel like a weight is lifted off your shoulders and you can just live life peacefully in your own world, in your own safe place with the people that you love. And it is the best feeling on earth. And so I encourage you, if you are feeling alone, if you are feeling isolated, I encourage you to do the work. I encourage you to let go of this people-pleasing mentality. I encourage you to let go of caring what other people think of you in this chapter. I encourage you to let go of relationships that are not showing up for you, because baby, if they wanted to, they would. It's okay. It's okay to let them do whatever they need to do. It's okay to let the world think whatever they need to think. You need to be you. You need to show up for you, and you can only control you and how you react to things and how you do things and your response to things. And if you continue to come at it with a positive attitude or a neutral attitude, you will go through life in such a peaceful way. And that's where I'm at. I'm in the let them stage, and I just literally love this for me. Like, let them edges go, baby. Let them go. They do not define you. Your edges do not define you. Okay. So if your edges are no longer present, that's okay, boo. You didn't need them. You didn't need them. You're totally fine. You can't control it. It's fine. Everything is fine. Okay. You're doing great. I don't know. I feel like after this conversation, we all just need to take a deep breath together and just let it all go. Control what you can control. Be present and where you can be present, and create a safe place where you feel like you can be your true self in whatever that is, and that you'll be accepted in that. And everything else can take a back seat for now. Like, it is okay to be in this isolated place for right now. It is okay for you to do the work on yourself and not have to worry about people pleasing relationships and certain things and showing up in places that you're not a priority in. Like, you do not have to do that. I am telling you right now, you do not. All you need to do is take care of you. You need to take care of you right now. That is the most important thing. And so if you can lean into that and do the work with you, the people that want to be there will be there. okay? The things that are meant for you, opportunities, jobs, things, they will be there if you focus on you and you do the work. Everything else, let it be. Y'all, I was gonna diffuse this hair, but I'm thinking I might just let her air dry and come back in a few hours later tonight and show you guys the results, because I'm really not trying to do too much. And I feel like any heat or anything on my hair is just creating more damage. So let me leave you with this before I do. I think all I'm trying to say is this is me shedding what no longer serves me, right, in this chapter. It's gonna be hard. And yes, I'm going to experience a level of grief. And yes, some days I might feel a little bit lonelier than other days. But I just know that I'm on the precipice of something big is knocking at my door. I'm more focused than I've ever been. I'm on this upward growth that whatever's on the other side of this, I am so excited for. And I just feel really at peace right now. And even though I know, like, from the gist of it, life feels a little chaotic, I'm at peace moving through it because I know God has me. I know my family has me. I know my husband has me. And baby, that's all I need. Like, that is all I need right now. So everything else can just, you feel me? I don't know who this video even resonates with. I don't even know if it resonates with anyone. I don't know if it's speaking to anyone. I don't know if I'm alone with this or if you've felt like this before, if you've had a major life transition and things haven't been able to come with you through that, or if you're just feeling out of whack right now and you're with your kids and you're just like, how do I get back to me? Whatever it is, like, I want to hear your stories. I want to hear it in the comments. I want to have the conversations that are hard with you guys. I am using this place here with you guys as my journal. I want to look back at these videos and be like, baby, you've come so far. We've come so far, right? And I want to be honest about where I'm at. And this is where I'm at. So meet me here. If you're with me, let me hear it. If you're on the other side of where I'm at, let me hear your testimony. I want to know that. I want to walk with you. I want to hold your hand. And I also want to celebrate you if you've made it to the other side and you've pushed through that postpartum isolation and rebirth. I want to know how you're doing now. Like, just whatever you can share. I think the more stories we can share on here, the better we are as women coming together to support each other. And let's leave space for everyone. I have been trying to do my best to really make sure that the comments stay positive and that we are uplifting each other. And I will continue to do that and protect our community as much as possible. So I love you guys. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. And I'm going to see you guys in a few hours when this hair has really done what it needs to do. Okay. See you in a sec.